guys, it's Erin here with week 15 of 2015 for Project Life Sunday. And I'm using an kind of an eclectic mix right now. I honestly don't know what this dotted paper is from. I'm going to guess it is from Amy Tangerine. Maybe Dear Lizzie. I know that this screen is from the Neapolitan collection, and I've been meaning to use it up, especially since I bought the paper pad after I had already used it, and now I have like four of them. Or, well, I had three from the paper pad, which is kind of crazy. So I wanted to use it, and the orange I just thought would kind of balance out these, not only the papers, but the photo in the top right-hand corner, which has a lot of orange because there was a lot of fire going on in that dungeon. It's basically all lava and stuff that our characters were going through. So I'm just trying to decide my how I want my layers to be and how I want my photos to be arranged. And invariably, when I start doing these things, I get interrupted. This layout took me 27 minutes to complete, aside from journaling, which really doesn't take too long. But yeah, I have to look through Facebook for it, so I don't tend to film through it. Um, I, it I ended up putting the photos this way instead because the little the photos that my selfie prints out are a little smaller than 3 by 4 and they fit it better in those center pockets because it seems no matter what brand of page protectors you get, those center pockets are a little bit different than those side ones. And here I'm just building a journaling card with with an index card that I have that's for journaling and just cutting it down to create some layers. And I'm using those simple stories ones as well to make another journaling card. So I'm just kind of there's going to be a lot of journaling on this one, and I'm going to put the date and stuff on one of the small cards instead. So I like to mix it up that way just so it's not the exact same thing over and over and over again. So now I'm going to look for some washi and audition which ones go with this orange. It's still kind of hard to mix, but I picked a We Are Memory Keepers one, which is like not quite as bright as the Echo Park paper, or the Simple Stories paper rather, but it's not as dark or not too dark either. So now I'm going to build the weekly card and just start to layer it up this way. I'm gonna get my weekly stamp and stamp the 15. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to start washing these or, give them a good wash because they're starting to lose their stick because I'm using them so much. And I mean, that's really all you need to do is water, maybe soap. Right now, it's kind of silly. Every time that I go and stick it on my block, I lick my finger off camera and stick that big circle on, and that's how I get it to stick because it's basically you just need the wetness. It's kind of like when you had that little Garfield that used to stick to the back of your car window. It's the same thing. It needs to be wetted down occasionally or washed off because they start to lose their stick. So I'm just building the weeks here. And I don't want to, I like the phrases on here. I mean, not the hello, because hello has been done to death in the industry, but I like the noteworthy, and I think one of them is documented too. But I don't want to use them a ton, so I try and find small cards like this where it'll make sense. And now I'm just looking through my Simple Stories stickers to see what I could layer onto here to add some more interest. And I'm just trying to use pretty much everything I can. And this little sticker did not want to go exactly where I needed it because I had actually accidentally like stamped incorrectly the end of that date thing. So I needed to cover it up, which means I needed that sticker there. And now I'm going to work on this card, which is a photo of Mike's character, Solea, he plays two female characters and I play two male characters, and we're both of those characters are married to each other. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, we have two sets of married couples, and we're each playing the opposite sex character. But anyway, that's his character, Solea, and we had just gotten dogs as followers in the game, and of course we have a golden retriever in real life. So the second that we saw these dogs in literally in beta when the game wasn't even out yet, it was just in the testing stage. We wanted those dogs, and we've been writing in, can we get those dogs? Why can't we have a follower? What do we have to do to get a follower? Please let us have these dogs. Finally, they gave them to us, so we were really excited, and the first thing that Mike did was take that picture. So I had to put that down on there. And the photo in the top right is it is amazing because it's this really, really long dungeon. It took us 5 or 6 hours to get through this thing. It's just round after round. It's an arena, so it's just round after round of enemies and different kinds of enemies and different locations, and it's a slog, and it's a four-man slog. So it was Mike, myself, and another couple, and it was difficult, but we did it, and you get a title for it. So both of our characters are running around with the title on our characters because we're proud, and we'll probably never do it again. And this one's not very interesting. We got a little dusting of snow, and with the drought going on in California, even a little bit of snow is worthy of celebration. So I'm just doing the finishing touches with the enamel dots. I can't really seem to break out of the I don't want to do much more than washi and enamel dots on these things, but I think it's adding consistency by now. So that kind of works, right? And let me give you some close-ups. You can see my little weekly rundown here of what all we did, watching Supernatural and stuff. And